If we read this case study, we'll see how intentional the two teachers were in using formative assessment to improve instruction, and then how the school has used that model and has grown the model to flow into their junior school and their senior school as well. And from that case study, I've developed the assessment for as an of framework. So for me, it begins with diagnostic assessment, moves to formative assessment, and then summative assessment that becomes formative assessment and informs your next steps for teaching. So it's never that formative assessment is finished, we're finished, we'll move on to the next, and we'll just file the formative assessment piece. Actually, the formative assessment needs to inform the next steps for diagnosis of student needs. So over the years, I've developed this waterfall chart, and it begins with clear learning intentions from the curriculum expectations. So curriculum documents to me are where we start all of our teaching. And from the learning intentions that are deconstructed with the students so they understand what they are, teachers and students together co-construct success criteria. So they, throughout a unit of work, may build the success criteria up to become the curriculum standards at the end of the unit. And it's only on the success criteria that teachers give descriptive feedback to students. So I say, if the success criteria don't have everything that you need to be teaching in this unit, then you can't give the right descriptive feedback. Another way of saying that is, if you get the success criteria right, then you'll have a framework to get the descriptive feedback right. From the descriptive feedback, we can teach students to peer and self-assess, and that's where we enter into that domain where students are assessment capable. And ultimately, we see in classrooms that teachers can set individual learning goals with students based on the success criteria. So everything moves back to and forth among the components of assessment for and as learning, with the co-constructed success criteria being foundational. So for me, this is data collection. And so you might be disappointed if you thought the only thing I thought data was you know, the large scale percentages and data that we have. I think that the large scale data is very important to show trends and patterns over time. However, if we're focusing on increasing all students' achievement, we focus on classroom practice, and assessment for and as learning is data that then informs our instruction. So you'll see the other side of the chart is about these data informing our instructional practices and how we design questions and rich performance tasks for individual students and small groups of students and whole class when we're introducing new work to students.
So the gathering and using of data is about its usefulness. It's about not gathering data for the sake of reporting it. It's about gathering it for the sake of making a decision.
Yes. And you know, purposeful data collection then invites collaborative work. For me, when I think about data that teachers collect, it would be their anecdotal notes, their observations, always relating to the success criteria that they've co-constructed with students. Student work that we talked about in terms of the portfolio of student work. That student work is data for me, as well as the conversations that teachers have with students. So the student-teacher conferencing, which leads to students being able to set their own learning goals. That's data as well. And teachers, I believe, need to be confident in terms of their own professional judgments in what they're looking for, which would demonstrate student learning. So all of us, all of the time, need to clearly understand and articulate what will be the evidence of learning?